What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and boy do we have an exciting one for you guys today, because today we're taking this beast to the track with E85 headers and the tune, and not only that, but a special surprise. So the weather was kind of bad earlier. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to make this video and actually go to the track tonight, but it cleared up. It's still a little cloudy, but no rain in sight. And one thing that we're going to do, we're already running a little late, but we can't go yet because we need to get rid of these wheels and put something that's going to help this car actually grip and stick on the track on the launch. And that, of course, is my weld drag pack. Now this is the drag pack that I had on my Pontiac G8. Luckily they actually fit perfectly for the Camaro as well. So let's go ahead and get these installed on the car and hurry up and start moving and get to the track, guys. Okay guys, so changing tires is definitely a lot harder than and a lot time consuming. We're already pretty much running late, but oh my god, check this out. Now it's still kind of sitting up. I need to drive it around so it will settle a little bit, but man, these wheels, they definitely go with this car. What do you guys think? Ooh, man, I knew I had kept these wheels for something. They were on my G8 like I'd mentioned, and now look at them on the Camaro. Oh my goodness, they look so good. Anyways, we're running late. I'm gonna get in the car, hop in, and drive to Baytown, which is about another 30 minutes, and hopefully we can get to the track before 8 o'clock and try to get some good runs in and see what this thing can do. We finally made it to the track and the weather is clear. The Camaro is looking beautiful with the welds, and I did go ahead and fill up again with E85. Bad news is, unfortunately, we still only were able to go up from 60% E to 70%. So I can show you guys right here. Let me just go ahead and turn this thing on, and you will see we're at 72% of E85. So the car is not going to be at, I guess, completely 100% E or the full max effort, but with the drag radials and 70%, we should see a much better time. So I'm gonna let this thing cool down for just a little bit, set up the laptop, the data logger, and then go see what it'll do. All right guys, nobody's here, which is perfect. We've got everything completely off, including StabiliTrak. So fingers crossed that everything is a good run. So let's go see what this will do. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm pretty nervous. First time on drag radials, not sure what to expect, but we'll see. I'm gonna try launching at about 2,000 RPMs and see how this will do. I think with the drag radials it should hook, and we should be able to get a good launch. We'll see what the logs show, guys, but that was a really good run there. I don't know, we'll see the logs and see what time we ran. All right guys, so here we have it. We ran an 11.9 at 118, so we're 2 miles off of what we wanted to be and about 4/10 off of where we want to be on the ET, but that's okay. Already the drag radials have helped. The 60 foot is now a 1.78 where it was a 1.9 before. So I'm excited. That's actually really good. I'm getting improvements. Now we just got to look at our log and see what we can find on the log, see if there was any knock or anything like that. And looking at the log, anything in red in this section here is bad. That means knock, and we had 0 knock, which was perfect. And if we look at the timing, we were at 30 something, pretty much at about 32 degrees to 31 to 32, 33 degrees all the way across the board. So that is really good. The AFR commanding and where we were at, we're pretty close. So overall, I think the tune is dialed in. The weather might not be too cooperative with us today to get any faster, but I'd call that a pretty good run, considering it's just still got stock intake and stock all that. All right, let's see what this Cobra is gonna do. It's moving pretty quick. Oh, it missed a shift. Still ran at 10.4 at 126. That's fast. That car's probably a 9-second car. Alright, here we got a Hellcat. See what the Hellcat can do. Ooh, ZL1. Got a ZL1 right there. Alright, let's see what this Hellcat can do. Just spinning. That's what a positive displacement blower will do. And it ran a 13.2 at 121. 13.2 at 121, guys. That's what happens when you spin. Let's see if this ZL1 has the same problem. So the ZL1 didn't spin, and it ran a 11.1 at 121. So Hellcat and ZL1 both ran the same mile an hour. One spun, one didn't. So that's the big difference. Make sure you guys have some good grip. All right, guys. Here we've got looks like a black 5.0. I think it's a 20. It's a S550. But either way, I think these are both. We'll see what they're running. That'll kind of. Sounds like this black one's got exhaust, probably has headers tuned and running E85. So I want to see what that runs. So these ran 12.3 and 12.8, 116, 114. So it'd be interesting to see what that black Mustang has in mods. So it ran 12.2, what it was. It sounded like it had exhaust. Probably, if I would guess, I mean, everyone here in Houston usually has headers, intake, tune, and E85. So. Alright guys, so got everything set up. Doing it in track mode this time. Trying to do the same 2000 RPM launch. Got the data log set up. So let's see what it does. Alright, so this is pretty sticky. Everything's off. Let's see what it'll do. Yeah, that was really good. This transmission needs to get tuned though. This transmission needs a tune for sure. I can definitely feel that the power that this thing's putting down the power that this thing is putting down is definitely a lot more than what the stock calibrations on these transmissions can handle. So guys, we're gonna have to get this transmission tuned. All right guys, let me show you guys the slip. So you see here our 60 foot was a lot slower, and therefore that's why we've got what we got, a 12.0 at 117, almost 118. So mile per hour is right there. The DA right now is at about 1500. So if we do the correction, we could probably maybe get another mile or two, which would put us right around where I wanted to be at 120. But I feel like the transmission is definitely holding us back, and that's going to be the next step. Alright guys, so here we have our log of the second run, and it's pretty much very similar things to our first run. Let's zoom in here. So this is the launch. Zoom in too much. Here we go. So in this section here, the car is actually still spinning. So between 2000 and like 2800, this little curve on the RPM, the yellow line, tells you it's spinning. When it hooks, it should be a dead straight line like this. Now, one thing I just noticed is that the car is having issues shifting from first to second and then second to third, and that is very evident here by this orange line, which is our wideband air fuel ratio. As you can see, it really leans out when it's trying to shift from first to second, and then again from second to third. It's really leaning out, and when you get from third to fourth, it's a little less, and then pretty much fourth to fifth is non-existent. So I think what's happening is the E85 is giving us a bunch of torque, especially down low at the instant hit, and as it's shooting up and climbing with the gears, the stock transmission tune is not equipped or set up to be able to handle that power and be able to shift it the way it's supposed to. So I think I'm gonna have to tune this transmission sooner than I thought. It's still very impressive, but without improving those shift points and seeing that it's struggling, I don't think I want to continue to run it, because I mean, these lean spikes, obviously we don't want those, and I think it'll be too, I don't want to damage the transmission basically. And so what I'm going to do is probably this is going to be the last run of the night, guys, and I'm going to go back, and next time I come to the track I'll tune the transmission, because this was just on 70% alcohol. Imagine at 80 in the full power, and it looks like we trapped the same speed, really pretty much identical time. So there's no sense in pushing your car more if you're not going to see much more difference. And looking at this, it looks like there's not going to be much more happening here. So that's gonna be it for us today at the track, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because I'm trying to learn along the way here and show you guys exactly what you guys might encounter. For the 10 speeds, it looks like once you do E85 and headers, the first and second shift are going to be a problem, and so that means we're going to need to get these transmissions definitely tuned. So I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.